I do too.
All right. Thank you. All right, just testing. Greta Gilman, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Good. We're just testing because we need everybody for a quorum today. Thank you. All right. So I am going to call the Thursday, January 12th Spokane Park Board meeting to order. And we are going to first see if there are, well, roll call. We do have Hannah Kitts not currently here yet, hoping she will join us. Sally Lodato is absent excused. Christina Verhule not here yet, but hoping she will join us. And Jonathan Bingle is not present today. Okay. There is one addition to the agenda. This is not an addition that requires a motion or input from the public. It is simply my exercise in my office of nominating the nominating committee. And so because we use this month to select the next officers, although I will say when I walked in, Bob was already seated in this chair. So, anyway.
I can't see.
So that will be the extra little item under special discussion action items. So, any public comment? I notice we have some people in the audience. Glad to have you today. Just here to observe, I think. Okay. All righty. Well, and we'll move on to the consent agenda. So we have 6 items on the consent agenda. Are there any park board members who wish to have an item removed for comment or discussion? And there's Christina. Yay. Okay. All right. If we have no items to be removed, I will move that the consent agenda be accepted as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Or raise your hand. Yes? Nay? All right. Consent agenda passes as presented. And now, no special guests, I guess, at this time. So yes, Mark is already moving forward for the financials.
This ought to be entertaining.
He didn't bring his cats with him, though.
We do miss your cats when you're here in person.
But he does have a haircut.
Yes. All these personal comments. Okay. It's because we love you, Mark.
This is all new. This is kind of like deja vu. All
We're so glad to have you. I mean, goodness.
You put it on the desktop, right? I did.
Oh, oh, keeps doing that. Maybe you should trade chairs. Well, this one's worse. Oh, this one has no lock on it. Well, that's because you're supposed to kick back. Come on. I don't trust it.
Do you want Greta's? Greta's?
Sorry?
We should grab Greta's chair.
Oh, maybe.
Let's do that.
Thank you for your patience, everyone.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
Need to get the little thing
All right.
out of the way.
Okay, presenting the December financial report. This is the first time we've done it, or I've done it live for quite some time, so
Welcome back.
getting back into it
Yes.
here. All right, so we'll start out, and again, as I've mentioned in several of our past meetings, the current financials, we always compare to a budget usage based on a 2-year average, prior year average. And this has the effect of the park fund reflecting both 2022 actual expenditures and revenues are always at this year are higher than that budget average. And again, this reflects a much more typical year as park activities kind of resume back to a more normal level. So our first slide, we see in the park fund, we see a comparison of actual 2022 expenditures through December with the historical 2-year average. And we see that the year-to-date expenditures are much higher than the budget average. But I want to remind everyone this includes the $1.25 million that was transferred to Fund 1950 for parks capital repair, replacement, and our capital projects. And if we factor that $1.25 million out, 2022 expenditures are above the budget average by approximately 22%, or about $3.8 million, reflecting this more normal level of program activity. Oh, thank you, sir.
That's why we pay him the big bucks, right there.
That's right.
Okay, our next slide shows our year-to-date revenues compared to, again, that historical average. And our actual revenues exceed the budget average by about $3.3 million, or about 17%. Compared to last year, year-to-date, our 2022 revenues exceed the 2021 revenues by about $1.9 million. And here in our third slide, we see a comparison of our year-to-date revenues to year-to-date expenditures. And the total revenues exceed total expenditures by about $308,000. Now, if that, again, that $1.25 million transfer is factored out, the year-to-date net revenue is about $190,000 less than 2021. So, very comparable. Before we move into the Gulf Fund, are there any questions about the Park Fund or any comments?
No.
Okay. Now, moving into the Gulf Fund, in this slide, we see that our year-to-date expenditures are above the historical averages by about 21%. Our actual operating expenditures are about $142,000 over last year, reflecting some inflationary increases in labor, fuel, fertilizers, and then some increased maintenance expenditures. The year-to-date debt service payments on the SIP loan that was, to upgrade the irrigation systems increased about $450,000 over the 2021 level. And capital expenditures, again, is another category on some, the necessary capital renovations are about $509,000 over the same time in 2021. So we're seeing some significantly higher expenditures in those categories.
Mark, is that partly due to the Downriver Golf Course tree removal? Okay.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, and again, folks, that's for beetle infestation. We've got to,
No, I'm sorry, this is for the
no.
roof replacement.
oh, the roof replacement.
expenditures,
The
yeah.
previous
The,
issue.
Right.
the tree expenditures, those will hit probably
Next.
February, March of
Gotcha,
this year,
yeah.
of
All right.
2023. So our next graph shows our total revenues, and this includes the facility improvement fee, are above the historical budget by about $203,000. Our total revenues now exceed the 2021 revenues year-to-date by about $308,000. And on the third slide, we see the comparison of total actual revenues to actual expenditures through December. Total revenues exceed expenditures by about $970,000. And then, again, note that this does include the facility improvement fee. Any questions or comments about the Gulf Fund? So,
Nope.
okay. I do want to remind the board that there will not be a financial presentation next month. We're still closing out 13th month at that time, and January is a real anomalous month. So we'll give a presentation in March, which will be year-end through 2022, and then through February of 2023. So,
Great.
all right, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, so we will move on to our special discussion action items, and you can see that Garrett is queuing up for Expo 50 infrastructure reports.
Pretty bright.
All righty, well, good afternoon. Thank you, Park Board, for this opportunity. This is a great opportunity with the collaboration of our Public Works Division within the City of Spokane, our initiative around the Expo 50th anniversary, and working with the City Council, as well as some funding opportunities from some key strategic projects that we're looking at and being able to complete in 2023. And, a part of the initiative, this is part of my last month's presentation. This is also shared with the City Council, of identifying some of those initiatives really around infrastructure and amenities, these one-time investments that are going to have everlasting impacts around the funding structure, the Expo events and special activities, the marketing and branding, and the connectivity, mobility, and walkability of our downtown and our community. And today, these projects that we're going to focus on really hit on these 2 points, the one-time investments for infrastructure, and then really about that connectivity, mobility, and walkability of some of these projects that have been on our list quite a while. And then also, too, it really targets our initiatives and goals and objectives within our master plans and how we prioritize the types of projects that we have. Targeting those facilities in poor condition or out of service, locate projects within the highest priority social and environmental equity zones, improvement support, free activity, and then also enhancing and leveraging existing adjacent projects, and I'd also leveraging existing funding that's available as well. And then also, too, around the expo is about bringing that community together through those assets, providing that permanent amenity, connecting and branding our community, our greatest community assets. And I would say one of our greatest community assets we have, of course, is our parks and open space and our river. And then also support community unification and positive activity after the pandemic, continue that momentum that we had during the pandemic around our increased use around our park spaces, and then really embrace the Expo 50 vision and partnership opportunity even after 2024. So these projects that we're going to focus on today, as you know, we opened up the beautiful North Suspension Bridge, and shortly after, we had to close the South Suspension Bridge. So that is one project that we want to focus on today. The other is the South Gorge Trail completion at CSO 26. And so we'll get a little bit further into the detail of the project. But if you see the plaza and the CSO tank in front of the downtown library, there's this nice ramp trail that dead ends at the bridge. The vision of this was to extend that trail underneath the bridge, connect up by the Spokane Club, and then connect into the street, off-street improvements and the widened sidewalks that would take you down to the South Gorge Trail. And the other two is the Riverfront Park Post Street parking lot and trailhead. So this is the parking lot right now that we're using for the staging of the Post Street Bridge. This is the closest parking lot in proximity for accessibility to an all-inclusive playground and to the pavilion. And a part of the West Havermill scope, we designed the parking lot to a certain limit. We didn't get into the construction details, but we wanted to know what it could be like. We want to fulfill this project as well, and we have a couple opportunities to be able to do that. And of course, I grayed out the zip line and the Post Street Bridge itself, because the Post Street Bridge, one, is that key component of having that bridge completion. 51% of that bridge will be pedestrian-based, so there'll be basically a Centennial Trail on both sides of that bridge, one-way direction heading north. And then, of course, the update that John Moe gave at Land Committee 2 of the tracking of where we're at with the zip line. And then here's the project locations for those top three with the South Suspension Bridge, that parking lot and Riverfront Park, and then that connection piece for the South Gorge Trail completion in CSO 26. Now, for the South Suspension Bridge, similar to the North Suspension Bridge, is to, one, we think this is important because we need to renovate this Expo historic resource. This was built during Expo. We want to be able to come in and be able to complete this project before 2024 and bring that asset back to the community. A part of that project is a new bridge deck, railings, lightings. Basically, what you see on the North Bridge today is what we would accomplish on that south side. Where we're at right now, which is great, the design is complete, the specs are done, the bidding or the permitting is done, so we're ready to bid, and we anticipate a 7 to 9 month construction window on that project. Funding. We were very successful in an RCO grant for a 50% match that we received at $1.4 million in value. Now, finding that other 50% is where we were struggling to find that potential funds. So with our presentation for City Council working with Public Works, we were able to identify some funds within the REIT program. So that is the excise tax that the city collects that go towards infrastructure projects or road projects, and being able to work with that program and propose to the council of utilizing the other 50% out of that program so we can hit the ground running. And that total project cost of that $2.8 million. The South Gorge Trail connection, so it's extending the South Gorge Trail from CSO 26 beneath Monroe Street Bridge and then connecting into Main Avenue in front of the Spokane Club. Right now, that design is at 60% that Public Works has been leading on, so that's not necessarily a parks project, but we really see this as a parks asset and add value for us. So being ready to bid the spring of 2023 and a 4 to 6 month construction window on that particular project. And it's amazing in this, and I know we have a presentation too on the American Indian Community Center, but a lot of this touches even the plan of the Great River Gorge Master Plan that was created in 2005, about creating those links, connecting those links, and being able to have this 3-mile loop from Riverfront Park through Peaceful Valley up to Kendall Yards and then back over Post Street Bridge. And here's an idea. So right now, this is where it just dead ends, and you can see the extension that kind of climbs in that ramp. That would be the new addition. Total cost $2.1 million. Some of those dollars coming out of a strategic investment that the last administration put aside. And so those dollars are still there. And then also working with Public Works of utilizing additional funds out of the REAP program. And it's not changing the budget, but it's changing the project. So when you see the 2024 to 2023, it was in the capital plan to complete in 2024. But with the Expo initiative, we're asking that gets accelerated and swapped to 2023. And then the Post Street scope for the parking lot within Riverfront Park. Replace the parking lot, also a new Centennial Trail bicycle and walkway connection to Post Street. We feel this is critical after opening up Post Street, that then we were able to establish a connection point and then enhance our parking facility. Right now it's a 60% design, and then we're looking at a 3-month construction window. The biggest caveat with this one is we can't start it until some of the bridge projects are complete, because we'll likely need some of this area too for staging for the South Suspension Bridge. For this one, would have another separate approval process, but we would likely be coming back to the Park Board with bids utilizing unallocated bond dollars within the Riverfront Bond project to realize this project. We feel as staff this was one of those pieces that we always wanted to achieve. We wanted to have that increased ADA parking. We wanted to have that Centennial Trail connection and really finishing off that west end of the Riverfront Park. So we think it's a good priority to use those bond funds to finish this side of the park once the staging of the 2 bridges is complete. So right now we're estimating about $550,000 out of that fund that's currently unallocated or not budgeted. So this isn't taking any of our contingencies away from any of the other projects like the step well or anything like this. This is unbudgeted dollars that we have, a lot of it from interest earnings over the years that we've been able to track. So all in all, when you look at it, it's about $5.5 million worth of investment that we want to achieve in 2024. We're super excited about it because having these type of opportunities in this collaboration for these big infrastructure projects that are normally out of our norm in parks and recreation and bridge work, this is a great solution to be able to move forward and utilize that 50% grant that we received. And then also we just wanted to highlight the successes. I mean, fortunately, we have been in the bridge business, and gosh darn it, we do a pretty good job at building bridges with our team and being in the project management and, utilizing the $2.9 million worth of ARPA funds that the City Council approved in February of 2022. And we were able to deliver a brand new bridge in December within budget and ahead of schedule. So we're excited about that. And then also we wanted to make sure we highlighted on just our continued collaboration with Public Works on whether it's the CSO projects, the downriver irrigation and stormwater management and piping, the Japanese garden, and all our irrigation work. So this is just another opportunity to extend and enhance that partnership in the future. So next steps is what we're looking at is we presented to the Urban Experience Committee, and I know she's in the audience, Councilwoman Stratton with her support and chairing that committee. and her continued support with parks in this initiative. So our next step would be going back to the City Council for an SBO to reallocate those REIT funds into these projects here in the next couple weeks. And if we get approval from that, we're going to hit the ground running and start bidding. Any questions?
No, nice review. Thanks, Garrett, for
And-
keeping us informed.
And thank you, Councilmember Stratton, for being a champion for us on this. So we appreciate your support very much. All right, thank you, Garrett. And now we have the very, very capable Amy Lindsay to give us the 2022 Programming, Marketing, and Sponsorship Annual Review. And you will hear about all the hard work this lady has done.
Not me. I have a great team. I'm lucky. Well, thanks for having me. It's nice to be here in person and see everybody.
Stand a little closer to the mic if you can.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, there you go. Okay.
And do I need to share this?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, it was a busy year. It was an exciting year. Was it a normal year? I don't know. I think we're getting there. Definitely moving to more pre-pandemic levels, so
Yes.
that was great to see. But we will just go and start with our 2022 number of events by type. So we had a total of 364 events in the park, and compared to our previous year of 2021, 267. So we had a significant jump, 36% increase in number of events, a 243% increase public and licensee events. We had Hoop Fest come back. We had Pig
Yes.
Out in the Park, huge
Yes.
numbers, and making up most of that number there. We had a 204% increase in private rentals as well. Our birthday party program has been doing great. And just community engagement, for the record, community engagement, most of you know this, that those are our park-produced events. The public events are third-party events, but they are open to the public, and then our corporate, private, and private rentals are private citizens. So I also wanted to note something that wasn't on here, but we pulled some numbers yesterday. Our wedding program has been doing great. We've brought in almost $100,000 in revenue, and Dawn Fry is doing an amazing job building that wedding program. So just kudos to her. I wanted to mention that as well. And so we had 57 wedding-related events in the parks this year, which is great.
Amy, were they mostly Manitou or Manitou and Riverfront? Or?
Manitou had the bulk of them, but
Really?
Riverfront then was second, and then we had rentals in other parks and receptions. But yeah, Manitou had 57
Wow.
out of the 90, a lot.
Yes.
So. So I thought it would be interesting to compare numbers to our pre-pandemic total numbers. So going back to 2019, we did have higher number of events in 2019, but mostly in community engagement event category. So the difference in events, total number of events from 2019 to 2022 was 138 over all event categories, but 122 of those were community engagement. So really, we were trying new things. We had lower attendance numbers, and I think we're really honing in on the programs that are working now and reaching more people, and we have more of an audience. So, but I'm going to dig into that in a minute. So our pre-pandemic event attendance levels, if you're looking back to 2019, we have just about the same number of attendees for community engagement. So we're doing quality over quantity, we feel, really. We've figured out what works really well in the park, what people are responding to, what they're coming to. And so we're going to continue to hone in on those. We're still going to try some new things, but we're really happy with this. This is just an overview of our events by season. So again, we had 117 events, a lot of new programs that we tried. We installed the Riverfront Story Walk on Sinumina, which has been great. We change out that story every month, and so those are posted on our website. And we added a pavilion art space, which is a passive local artist display in the pavilion that you can see from the outside. And then Riverfront Explorer is our field trip program, and that was through the WRPA Seek Fund. Just some community event highlights. So we started our movies in the pavilion, formerly in the Lilac Bowl. Total attendance, 4,400 people, so we're consistently seeing about 1,000 people per event. It's been a huge hit. We had a sponsor for it. ICCU was a partner of ours. So we will be bringing that back this year. We had 4 events in 2022. We're going to be doing 6 in 2023.
Great.
Riverfront moves. So just this highlights that we're seeing a lot more people coming to our events. So in 2021, and this one in particular, we did 30 events in 2021, and in 2022 we did 17. But in 21, we had average attendance of about 36, and now we're seeing the average attendance at about 70 for each one of these events. So I feel like people are coming out and enjoying those, and we have local studios that we work with that want to partner with us, almost more than we can accommodate. So it's great, great thing to be doing and problem to have. We also brought back our Easter egg hunt after a 2-year hiatus, and brunch with the bunny at the Sky Ribbon Cafe, and that was a 10,000 Easter egg hunt for the kids.
Wow.
I think kudos to our attraction team for helping us fill those eggs. That took quite a while. And no more drive-in fireworks, and we didn't have any fire restrictions this year, so we were able to bring back our traditional in-person 4th of July fireworks and concert with the Spokane Symphony, which was new this year. They've been in the pavilion before for Labor Day, but this will be an annual tradition moving forward. We're already planning for next year. So.
Right.
And we had 30,000 people in the park that weekend. And that's not just a guess. We actually are pulling data from a application called Placer. Some of our other partners use it, and it tracks apps on your phone that are open on your phone. So anyway, we were able to get a report, and Riverfront is geofenced. So we had some data with that, yeah. Riverfront Story Walk, I had mentioned that. But Riverfront Story Walk was installed and launched in May of 2022, and the project was entirely funded through community efforts and partners. So BMT Metals, Walker Construction, Windermere Spokane was our sponsor, and again, the storyboards change every month, and they are on the Riverfront Spokane website. And lastly, our Riverfront Explorer. These aren't all the programs. I'm not going through all of them, just highlighting some of the new ones. But this was a piloted outdoor education and recreation field trip program. It provided free field trips to 330 children, again, made possible by the WRPA Seek Fund. And it allowed us to develop lessons in language, history, and culture that did not previously exist. So it's great that we now have curriculum to share and use for other groups that come to the park and event rentals. We have a school group that will be in the pavilion this spring, and they were so excited that we have this curriculum that they can go out and do excursions and then kind of use the pavilion and our spaces as home base. So we're really happy with that turnout. We're hoping to do it again this year. So a brief overview just of our sponsorship and marketing initiatives. We develop an annual marketing plan specific to Riverfront. I'm not going to present everything, so these are just a couple highlights, but we have our overarching goals, which always tie back to the park goals and parks goals in general, but we're also always seeking alternative funding sources. We're always looking to increase awareness of our park programs and amenities, leveraging our partners important, always seeking sponsorship and sponsors and partners that add promotional value, and then improving our services and implementing efficiencies in our departments and marketing and events everywhere. We did a partnership with KHQ, and this was something that we did with Recreation. So during the evening news time, we did a 1-minute segment. It was half Riverfront and half Recreation, where we did like a This Week in Parks. So we're able to promote all of the events that are happening that week. We did a direct mail campaign in March and June, some utility inserts. Utility inserts went to 86,000 homes. One side was Riverfront, one side was Parks and Recreation. So I think some of these things really helped bolster our attendance too, because we were really out there promoting all the great things that we're doing. And then this is just a sample of some of the collateral, the utility mailer, the postcard. We did a promotion for the Sky Ride. We did billboard with our malt beverage partner for the Pavilion concert series. But again, we did see significant increases in program participation, and we believe that just these efforts really helped. We sold more unlimited ice passes than we ever have before to this year, which was great.
Oh, wow.
So community partnership revenue, our sponsorship revenue has increased 46% this year over last year. So we had $225,000. This includes our Numerica Sky Ride and the Coca-Cola sponsorship, and then we also had a big partnership with ICCU and some of the other credit union partners this year. So we have more great programs to sell, sellable inventory. So it's great to be able to pick up the phone and get those calls, people interested in partnering with us. Just a couple highlights of social media. We had, through Riverfront channels, 59,000 from 55,000 likes and followers over Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So that's a significant jump. And our engagement rate is great. Industry standard is between 1% and 5%. We're over industry standard Instagram. But lots of engaging posts. 11 million impressions, so over all of our channels this year, which Regan Firmer does an awesome job on our social, and Josh Morrissey. And I'm ending with our top Facebook post. I don't know if you all saw this, but when we sold the garbage goat, not really. It was our highest engagement post.
Is a joke,
Yes.
just to reiterate, that's just a joke.
And just look ahead, we're actively working on pavilion naming rights partnerships. RFP bids are due Tuesday for the concessionaire, focusing still on cost recovery, paid partnership, Expo anniversary planning on that list, and then just implementing efficiencies and enhancing our product offerings. And that is it.
Great,
Any
Amy, thank you.
questions?
You've done so much, you and your team, to help bring Riverfront to what we had the vision for it, to help it be what it's supposed to be. Certainly, the pandemic didn't make that easy, but it looks like things are galloping back, and we really appreciate that. Other
Yeah,
comments?
Yeah, I have a question, Amy. With the movies, I mean, you've had quite a success, but you have a huge competition out there, with all the theaters and everything that's going on. So what's your secret? How do you find, and kind of pinpoint? Because I've seen, the different names of some of the ones that have come through, but if you would just share, it's got to be a lot of work.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of work. They're free though, so which is great. It is just a different experience coming to the park with your family and being able to see a movie and hang out with your friends and be able to get food from a food truck and popcorn. And so I think
And the pavilion?
it's been great. I mean, I think the pavilion is an exciting venue. It's a unique venue, so it's just not the same as the
theater.
AMC experience.
And Amy, I'll just add, because I frequented them a lot
Yeah.
this last summer. And it was amazing to me to see just the demographics of the younger high school students that were there, and that made me very excited just to see that that participation from that type of group of the high school students. And it was in Canto, so everybody was singing along to the
Oh.
songs, because that was like, but it was amazing to see the younger high school age students down there enjoying themselves. And I know that was a niche that we've always been trying to achieve too in Riverfront Park, of finding that, that 13 to 18-year-old demographic. So, well done.
And I see that Christina has a question.
I do. Well, first of all, kudos to you and the team. This is really well done and so exciting to see such great programming and marketing efforts as a fellow marketer. I'm curious, as we look ahead to 2023, in terms of target numbers, whether it's the number of events that you're hoping to grow or revenue, are there any noticeable increases that you're hoping to aim for, or is it really sort of just continuing in sort of the same fashion as 2022?
Yeah, I think the goal is always to improve and increase revenues and participation levels. The more people we reach, I think we've honed in more on the number, and obviously we want to be cost recovery, and sponsorship pays for a lot of these activities. So we do have certain goals that we've specified. So we want to have more 50,000 more in sponsorship revenue. We want to grow our attraction participation and attendance by 10% and community engagement attendance by 20%. So we do have targets that are always in our marketing plan for the year. And so that's the goal. Hopefully we reach those, but yes, so we do have, and of course, increased revenues. I think we focus on the attendance, participation levels, and the number of events more than the revenue part, but I think that always comes with revenue. We look at sponsorship and we'll say we want to increase revenues by X dollars. So.
Right. Because we want that mix of paid-for and free events. We want this to be a community resource as well as the big
We want to be
event
cost
items.
recovery. I think that's always a goal too.
Yeah.
So that's always top of mind.
Yeah.
But
Amy, until we get the concession bid, completed, how are we handling like food and so on for any events that we're hosting until that bid comes through?
So birthday parties, we're allowing people to bring in their own, they can always bring in their own dessert cakes, but we're allowing them to bring pizza and food from other places. And then, or they could select a caterer that is part of our qualified vendor program until we get those concessionaires in place. We don't want to lose that rental. So we want to be flexible while we're in this time period. And we have some great vendors and resources in Spokane. So I think people do like the flexibility too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Other questions? All right, well, great job, Amy.
Okay,
And
thank
again,
you.
thank you.
Nice to
Well
see
done.
everyone.
Amy.
Thanks, Amy.
Yes, good to be in person. All righty. So the additional item under special discussion and action items is the appointment of the nominating committee. Section 12 of the bylaws does allow the president, in fact, tasks the president with establishing this four-person committee. The four people from the park board who have volunteered to serve are Bob Anderson, Barb Ritchie, Kevin Brownlee, and Christina Verhule. Thank you very much. These folks will make phone calls to the remaining park board members, asking who they want to be vice president, president, and secretary. The secretary is traditionally this fellow to my right, but we always like to ask the question. And then also to ask, and I think an equally important question, that is what can be done to improve things and, communication between us, with the park staff, what suggestions do they have? Because we always want to make the park board better and a really positive experience, remembering that we are all volunteers up here. And while you're at it, please consider your committee assignments. Think about what you want to change, if anything. Think about who might want to chair the committees, and let everybody know, because the park staff would like to know who to be contacting for agenda items, et cetera. Committee assignments aren't usually voted on until the March meeting. The bylaws state that it has to be before March 15th. Our next meeting in March would be March 9th, so we do hit that. But frankly, if we have all committee assignments decided by the February meeting, I don't see why we couldn't go ahead and vote that as well at that time. And that does make things smoother for park staff. So That is the task in front of you. That's the nominating committee. It serves only 1 month and just for this purpose. All right. Thank you very much. Now we have committee reports. Urban Forestry, Kevin Brownlee.
Thank you. Urban Forestry met on January 3rd. There were 3 primary items. We discussed condensing the Arboriculture Standards Manual to make it more user-friendly. It's a very bulky document. Those changes were voted on in today's consent agenda. We also talked about the pine beetle infestations on park properties, particularly downriver, and the contract for removal of those infected trees was approved by the Park Board on January 4th. And the third item was vacancies on the Urban Forestry Citizens Advisory Council. We have 4 vacancies right now. We're looking for a member at large, a downtown representative, a historic preservation rep, and someone to represent the utilities. If anyone in the public is interested in serving on that committee on behalf of trees, they can contact Katie at 509-363-5496. And the next meeting of Urban Forestry will be January 31st at 4:15.
Thank you, Kevin. All righty, Golf Committee. Jerry.
Well, this is kind of a repeat. As a committee, we did not meet with golf, but that doesn't mean there weren't things going on in golf. So to piggyback what Kevin has stated, we are looking at Downriver Golf Course in reference to the pine trees. And back in the summer and fall months of 2022, staff observed numerous stressed, especially pine trees, on the golf course. Golf has been working with Katie Kosanke, thank you, an urban forestry and entomologist and a forestry expert, Nick Jeffries with the Spokane Fire Department. The trees were infected with various species of the pine beetle. So the next 2 months, because of the cold, which is a specific element that helped us get rid of this, we are working on an aggressive action necessary to remove all of the infected and dead trees. And it was clarified that the pine beetles now are dormant. Another thing that was taken up was that there was reference to the stumps and what we're going to strive to do within that process of the group that is working specifically with the aggressive removal of the dead pine trees and beetles. They're going to cut our stumps as low as we possibly can, and so that way then the superintendents will be able to come back in. Ben Nelson is down at Downriver, and we'll be able to hopefully clean those out. But right now, we need to get rid of the really heavy-duty infections that we have on that course. Special thank you from Golf. Want to reach out to Park Operations, Urban Forestry, Parks and Rec, Nick Hammond, a landscape architect who was very involved with Katie and others, Mark Poyer, our golf manager, and of course Ben Nelson, who's superintendent at Downriver. He and his team will be overseeing this project. Next meeting for golf, February 7th at 8 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And Jerry, do you provide donuts now that you're back in person?
I haven't seen any.
Oh, well, didn't mean to put her on the spot, but it used to be a tradition. All right.
Not yet, I haven't had enough
Donut
people.
free.
Okay, all right. Low calorie meeting. All right.
No low calorie.
All right. So Greta Gilman, Land Committee. Land always has interesting things going on.
Oh, yeah. And we did this week, or I guess it was last week, this month as well. And one of our action items was on the consent agenda, but we had 2 others that will be presenting today to the full board. The first of which is the Park Board supporting resolution for proposed American Indian Community Center on parkland. And Garrett has a presentation on that. It's quite an interesting and exciting potential partnership with the Community Center.
All right, well, thank you, Greta, and thanks again, Park Board, for this great opportunity. And again, I would just want to highlight Councilwoman Stratton. We have great communication, always love to brainstorm on certain ideas, and this concept came up of a potential partnership and finding a permanent home for the American Indian Community Center. And then working with the staff and the executive director with the American Indian Community Center to start looking at potential locations. These win-win partnerships to see if there's an advantage that we can take in utilizing parkland and that partnership and adding value to the public to be able to look at these opportunities. So I'd like to also recognize, so Linda Launch is the executive director. She's back here with the American Indian Community Center. Stephanie Sijon, a staff member with the center, and then Jamie Sijon, who's on the board. And they've been a pleasure to work with. This has been a great opportunity for us as staff. Again, this kind of concept has been around for a while, even back in the Great Gorge master plan, but haven't been able to really find that permanent opportunity.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to really take a hard look at what that could be. And wanted to mention too, you know, what does our master plan say about partnerships? And this is something that we always want to go back and be able to evaluate as we're looking. And it's studying potential underutilized or underperforming properties and determine what is the best management moving forward with those properties. Consider and evaluate those partnerships from a public or private perspective to see what the alignment, missions, and goals are and how do we align together and what that potential partnership could be. And then also looking at any type of proposal shouldn't negatively impact any existing park uses that are happening in this area. And then the result of compensation should be used exclusively for parks and recreation, whether it's in kind, a dollar value, a value add on amenities, resources, community benefit. So looking at all those types of scenarios. And using this as a potential example as we continue to work on that land evaluation criteria as we enter into potential partnerships to really evaluate and score how does a partnership work within our framework in Parks and Rec. And what that resolution had in your packet is really just an overview and support to explore a potential long-term lease of approximately 2 acres of underutilized land in High Bridge Park. And before the project is approved, there needs to be one, additional community input, site evaluation, design, and then details on what that long-term agreement would look like. And of course, any of that further information or considerations would come back to the Park Board. I would just say I've had great conversations with the chair at the Peaceful Valley neighborhood in support of this. I had a great conversation too with the chair of the Latah Hangman neighborhood. That's where at High Bridge Park actually sits within is the Latah Hangman neighborhood. And they're also willing to provide a letter of support as we go further into this particular project. And then you'll see the relationship of why I reached out to Spokanimal in the dog park and their executive director, Dory, because they see this as a huge value add in what they're trying to achieve on the dog park and High Bridge Park and having this relationship with a potential community center. And High Bridge Park, just as a reminder, it's approximately 200 acres. And it's one of our regional facilities. And when we look at amenities, we have a disc golf course, there's a dog park, there's an old historic picnic shelter with a bathroom, restroom facility. Nearly about 70% of the park is undeveloped today. An evaluation of looking in the park planning realm, what this particular park was really missing, and the size and the scale and the proximity is that positive anchor, that foundational piece to really bring in the community and what type of potential opportunities do we have. I'll admit right now there is negative activity that happens in this park because there's not a lot going on. And so being able to infuse positive activity is something that we truly want to achieve. And just to give a little bit of background of what is the American Indian Community Center, it really serves as a gathering place for Native Americans, but also everyone. Anybody can come and utilize this center. And it was originally founded in the 1960s and has had to move approximately 11 times during that time that it was established. And has never had that permanent home that it needs. And over time, it has evolved into really a multi-functional facility and resources, whether it's a food bank, counseling, is a community center. And so it really provides an opportunity for a lot of our population to be able to utilize, and having a permanent home, a potential partnership with other positive activities happening around that really gives it an opportunity to even excel even further. And I did mention on the permanent. And so what the proposal is, and we'll get into a conceptual plan, would be approximately a 20,000 square foot facility. And this would be a multi-level facility, like a 2-level facility. So the footprint itself would not be a 20-foot or 20,000 foot footprint. It'd be closer to that 10,000 square foot print. So a little bit smaller than what our carousel is, just to kind of give you in perspective of the carousel and the wedge from a scale standpoint of a footprint. And looking at that too, right now in the location that we're looking at, there would be no recreational amenities that would be displaced in this location. And there's a huge cultural significance too of the location, of the confluence of the Latah Creek, the Spokane River, and that significance that has to our Native Americans here in this community. And as we were evaluating certain sites, that was a part of the focus of what connection, what relationship can we have with the Spokane River, not only to celebrate, but then also to educate as well, and using this facility of the historical context and the importance of our river and what it meant to our regional tribes in this area. Right now, the estimated facility construction costs are $10 to $12 million. I would say with working with City Council, and when we were also working with our state legislative body, and when we move into this next legislative session, the City Council did have this as their top priority as a legislative ask to help support a portion of this cost into the construction of a facility. Now, having a resolution helps with that when they go to the state to ask for that support, because that is one thing that we did hear is, where's it going to be? Do you have a potential partnership? So having a resolution like this really gives an advantage to this group and our lobbyists on trying to secure some state funding to help with the construction of this. And then also, too, we would look at, like other leases, whether it's a nominal lease, an annual lease charge, and then looking at other partnerships. Is there a joint use agreement apportioned to this facility? In speaking with the neighborhood down in Peaceful Valley, there always seems to be a need to find potential community space, to have gatherings, to have meetings, to have community outreach. And so being able to, like we do with our libraries and our schools, to have that opportunity as well, and then provide other recreational benefits as well that could be a benefit to all of us in Parks and Recreation. The location, what are the opportunities? Again, it's positive activity, it's that featured amenity, and it acts as a regional trailhead. And that drawing on the right, you see the blue line, the magenta squiggly switchback line, and then connecting into that dashed blue line. On that left, where that blue line is the trailhead of the Fish Lake Trail. And working with our Public Works Department, and we did brief the Park Board too on some different concepts of alignment, of connecting the Fish Lake Trail down to Sanford Bridge to have that connection to the Centennial Trail. Not only do we have that potential connection with the Centennial Trail, we also have a connection into the South Gorge Trail that I mentioned earlier that could then bring you down into downtown and Riverfront Park. So this could be a huge regional trailhead hub for this area, and it's much needed. That blue section, right now, we're still moving forward, and it looks like there's funding that is available for that section along Government Way. So that's great news. And then working with the Public Works Department on getting that phase 2, which would be the magenta. And then hopefully, phase 3 or phase 4, whether it's a pedestrian bridge that goes over Latah Creek rather than the Riverside Avenue Bridge, and looking at that final connection into the parking lot adjacent to the Sanford Bridge. And so then you see the yellow oval. That is the general site that we're looking at. Right now, there's a lot of confusion. It's haphazard. The parking for the dog park is inadequate, to say the best. There's never been an investment made in that parking facility. It's actually old paving. If you look at the drawing from the left of a mobile trailer park way back when, before it was a park. So this area has been heavily disturbed over the years, and this could be a great opportunity to be able to enhance that. Here's a drawing that the center did for us, so we could help kind of communicate conceptually of what it could be. So north would be looking up, and Latah Creek is just to the north, and then the road that you see go left to the right, that's Riverside Avenue with A Street going up and down on the right-hand side. And then you can see the building footprint itself would actually kind of be tucked into the hillside a little bit. So it's almost fits within the landscape is what they're thinking. So you could enter off of Riverside in the parking at the first level and then be fairly level on the second level up above. And where we see a ton of opportunity there is providing that trailhead, that parking, the center parking, the dog park parking, and also disc golf parking. And then also being able to leverage off of this potential funding opportunity and use that as a match of potential future state grants for additional outdoor recreation opportunities. Accessibility is very difficult in High Bridge Park. We have a playground in High Bridge Park today that you can't drive to. You have to walk to. It's a long distance. It's very difficult. So being able to have an opportunity in this area to provide those recreational opportunities would be a huge benefit as well. And so here's just, I'm not going to read it word for word, but at the end, really the meat of the resolution is always at the end and the resolved. And this is just really giving the park board, the Parks Department, the authorized to enter into that exploration. What does it look like? We look at agreements, design, further public outreach, having progress updates come back to the board, but really identifying this area in High Bridge Park as being a great opportunity to be able to partner with this organization. So next steps, again, public outreach is always a huge deal for us, and having that buy-in for multiple stakeholders, whether it's neighborhood councils and user groups, and that will continue as we get more information and are able to share to do that. And then start working in partnership of just support, whether it's site feasibility and some other studies that might need to be done, not necessarily from a financial standpoint, but just to be that resource, to have that dialogue and communication with the organization and their design team. And then also start looking at what does that draft long-term agreement potentially look like. And then, of course, the final proposal, again, would come back to that park board for consideration of the layout, the design, and whatever that potential agreement will be. So with that, any questions?
Great proposal, thank you. Park board members, concerns, questions, comments?
Oh, I just have a comment. I really hadn't spent that much time looking at that park, except when we were addressed, with a dog park in mind. And I was just kind of in awe that there's so much room there. I mean, and it's such a beautiful spot. So I'm excited that something's going to be put there. And I really appreciate the part where you say negative activity, because the more we bring in regular things that are going on, we dismiss the other part that we're dealing with, I think. So anyway, I'm excited to hear more about it.
Yeah. And I want to thank the American Indian Cultural Center and all of the people involved for bringing this proposal to us. It's rare we get something that is so obviously right, to me anyway, so restorative on many levels, and really a great potential project. I'm really excited about it. I can't speak for everybody else, but I think it's a 100% sure thing. And I'm excited to hear what the details will be as we go forward. I'm excited to try to help make it work, and to let you know that we will be respectful of the language in the resolution, so that when we speak about the historical connections with the tribes, we are aware that it's Spokane Tribe, but other tribes as well. We will make sure to double check that language with you so that we have it correct. Because we know that this is a cultural center for multiple nations, and so we want to be careful about that. So thank you for bringing such a great project to us. Greta. Oh, others?
I don't know how you follow President Ogden, but it would be fun to be their final home after moving 11 times.
yeah.
So thank you for
Yes.
your patience and understanding.
Yeah, and I think it's cool with giving them a permanent home, having an opportunity for all those different trails to come together, and it's like a gathering place because you have all
Yes.
these different people and activities and everything all coming together in one spot that sorely needs some positive improvement. Because I live near there and we use the Fish Lake Trail all the time, but to have we hear about all the stuff that happens in High Bridge. You hear about all the stuff that happens in High Bridge. So to bring some positive energy and to really give people a place to come together, I think it's awesome. So really excited about it.
Is the current one still the one up on Indiana? Oh, my goodness.
Okay,
I think it's time.
yes. Back to you, Greta. Oh, you're muted, my dear.
Yes, I muted myself. I muted myself so you couldn't hear all that was going on. But yes, I agree that this is a great proposal. This will be a great opportunity for us to work through things that might come up in our policy for partnership. And I would like to move that we approve the Park Board supporting resolution for a proposed American Indian Community Center on parkland.
Second.
Oh, no, I wanted to.
Okay, give it to Barb.
Are presidents allowed to second? I don't know. I mean,
You're in the younger
Come on now.
Yep.
And multiply seconded. Is there any further discussion? All right, in that case, I'll go ahead and call for the question. All of those in favor say aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
I
Aye. Opposed, say nay. And from what I can tell, the motion carries unanimously.
All right, well, thank you so much for the support, and we're excited to move forward, so appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
So long.
No, this is great.
For bringing and we had another almost equally exciting action item from Land Committee. And it's the Northwest Playground Equipment Incorporated contract for play equipment and installation at the Liberty Park Playground. And what's exciting about this is that they're getting some new play equipment at Liberty Park, but it's very interesting to hear how they went about selecting that play equipment. So, Barry, presentation on it, I believe.
Yes, hello, Greta. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Barry.
I think you can hear me, Greta.
Oh, yes.
I can.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to share my screen here. I forgot my glasses today, so if I mess it all
Need
up,
to borrow my readers?
I might need them.
I have a second
I
copy.
need to
Here.
see that, though. Thank you.
The long distance.
Let me just share here. Pardon me for just a moment. View, full screen. I think I've got it. Maybe not. Full screen. Okay, let's just, maybe I can't do that.
Here comes the cavalry.
Bear with me for just a moment. Thank you.
You got it.
I can't
the weirdest
see
thing ever.
anything.
It's an age thing.
Thanks, Nick.
It takes a team.
Yes.
I've had the fortunate opportunity to work with some fantastic landscape architects and with our land committee, Nick and Garrett too, on Liberty Park. And part of what we're doing with Liberty Park is saving some money. And part of that is purchasing through a public state contract play equipment and play surfacing. So those are already negotiated prices. and then we can just reach out to these vendors and gather those prices, and then make a decision on what the best value is for our park. So with Liberty, I want to go through just rather quickly part of the process of selecting play equipment, because you'd think you just pull it out of a catalog, but the kids don't think that way. So anyway, up on the screen you can see an image for all the folks at home that don't know where Liberty Park is. And then I'll zoom in just a little bit, because Liberty Park is a rather large park. I guess it used to be really big, but the freeway came in and kind of chopped it down a little bit. But in this area that's highlighted where it says playground is where we'd like to put a community playground that is about 4,000 square feet in size, and that's roughly, you know, 1/10 of an acre. It's a pretty good sized playground. So with that, let me see if I can get an advance one. We engaged the public, and we did it at the library, and we asked the children to come to open houses and to interact with us. And we displayed boards, and we displayed books, and we talked with them and had a lot of fun and interaction. And they drew pictures. And we also had interactive features, like here's an image from an open house where we had images on the on a board. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. And these little dots. And they'd come up and they'd put the dots on the play equipment that they thought would be really great. And so you can see some of them, like in the upper left-hand side, they get a lot of dots. And of course, it's the most dangerous, craziest play equipment that you could want. So we make sure to get them that. And anyway, they loved this idea of Jack and the Beanstalk, and they loved this idea of having some kind of a lot of color, especially reds. They wanted reds, and they wanted beiges and stuff. They wanted prehistoric dinosaurs too, which was a little bit difficult to produce. But I think that we can do it anyway, with our imagination.
We've missed you, Barry.
I missed you too, really. I'm so glad we're back. They like to zip line, don't we all?
Oh,
and
yeah.
they like to, of course, swing. And then we had workshops, and we also went back to the East Central Neighborhood Council, twice. And worked with these parents and worked with these folks, and I got a lot of drawings hanging up in my place if you want to see them, and here's some more images here, and we drew upon this and we selected their equipment, and let me just show you some of these. Oh, and then the parents would really like to have somewhere to go potty, so we did some drawings too to renovate the restroom. Now we don't have a big budget at Liberty. But we did set aside a little bit of money, dog-eared it off to the side. Maybe we can get some restrooms renovated over there and opened up so that they have some nice places to, family style, to go in with the kids, take care of their business, and get back to what we all came to Liberty to do, and that is use our imagination to get something colorful. These are some images of the play equipment that the vendors sent back to us after we worked with them. Some whimsical stuff, some inclusive pieces, of course. Get that zip line, or what we call the sky rail going. Then there's this unity basket. They wanted to swing, and we said, well, how about you swing together? And they're like, let's do it. You want slides? Now, one thing about slides is slides can be a solo event, or they can be a public event with a lot of friends, and we can hold hands and we can go down slides together. So let's get some big slides and run them down and have some fun together. And so the resilient surfacing, this is the rubber, cushy, coarse stuff under your feet there.
It's like at North Bank, right?
Exactly,
Yes.
just like at North Bank. It holds up really well. Right, and it can be replaced at a fraction of the cost of putting it in initially, because it has what's called a wearing course. It's a half-inch dense course on top that you could just peel off and then replace it. So With that, we have in the park, the playground. On the left-hand side, up top, I wrote down, it's called the Challenger, and it's for kids that are 2 to 5. And then right next to that is the Zoom tracks, and that's the zip line, and that's fully visible from inside the reading area inside the library. So they're going to just look out there and go running for this thing. We also have the Unity swing. We have some vine climbers, and then also the one with the big slides. And it has 3 slides actually, and it's the I think it's 5 years to 12 years old, and older if you like. The big Challenger. So with that, we got some pricing in, and one thing that I want to tell you about, and I'm glad that we have this pulled off of the consent agenda, because when I was drafting up the contract for you, I found that they didn't include in the bid what was called a performance bond. And I needed a performance bond. We need one as a city, as a board, as just to enter into a contract like this. If something ever went sideways, someone goes out of business, for whatever reason they couldn't fulfill the contract, the bond then kicks in and pays for the contract to be fulfilled by another entity. It added about $7,000 to it. It's an insurance policy, basically, that all developers, especially municipalities, need to purchase if the price goes up over $100,000, really. So anyway, since Land Committee, I added 3% to the contract to cover the cost of these bonds. With that, the price was $225. It goes up to $235 and some change, which is in your packet. So with that, I think that's all that I have. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here and work on this fantastic project.
Hey, Barry, just out of curiosity, how big is the Providence play area? When you said this is 4,000?
Providence,
Not very big.
it's a little bit bigger than that. Bob, I don't know exactly offhand what that one turned out to be.
Kind of in the same ballpark, or?
Yeah, it's roughly the same size. Providence might be a little bit bigger. Providence was a big one. It was like a $2 million playground. This one's more like a $500,000.
Okay, thank you.
We need to be able to see Greta again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Greta.
Thank you.
Sorry, Greta.
Any more questions for Barry?
There you
All
are.
right. Well, thanks a lot, Barry. Thanks to all those kids, too. I would like to move that we approve the Northwest Playground Equipment Incorporated contract for play equipment and installation at Liberty Park Playground Project. $235,652, $235,652.92, tax inclusive. Is that the correct price, Barry, with the bond?
Yes.
Great.
I'll second.
I need a second. Thank you. Moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Okey doke. I will call for the question. All in favor, raise your hand and/or say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Say nay. I believe that one passes unanimously as well. Thanks a lot, Barry.
Thank you.
Then also at Land Committee, we had a presentation from John Loeb on the zip line. I don't know about you, but I've been hearing quite a bit about that in the news these last few days. And I have a question. When are those proposals for that thing due?
I can't hear.
Say again and lean forward a little bit to your computer, Greta.
When are the zip line proposals due? I should know this, but
So this is Garrett, and I'm going to be John. So I think for the proposals for the zip line, we're sending out sometime in February was the goal.
Okay.
Yes, and so it's not released yet, so they're still refining
out.
that proposal, and then it'll be released out in February.
All right, and that was
Thank you, John.
our land committee for January 2023. Our next meeting is February 1st at the Sister City Conference Room on the first floor lobby of City Hall, or virtual via WebEx.
Great, thank you, Greta. Land always has so many interesting things going on. So the Recreation Committee, Sally was not able to be here today, and unfortunately, I did not attend the committee meeting. I know that they talked about the podium, and there is a meeting to sort of go further into looking at how that's working with that relationship and the joint use agreement. Does anybody else want to comment on the meeting who was there? No? Jennifer Papich, did you want to say anything more about recreation? Putting her on the spot a little bit, I apologize.
Hey, that's okay. I like being on the spot. No, that would be great. I mean, it's all in the minutes there, and yes, we're moving forward to have some further discussion about the podium, but thank you, Jennifer.
All right, very good. The next Recreation Committee meeting will be on the 1st, right after land, so it'll be about 5:15 or so. Okay, Nick Sumner, Riverfront Park Committee.
All right, thank you, and thank you, Jennifer, for leading the community meeting for the first half hour or so. I could not be there, so I appreciate that. We did have an action item, but that was in the consent agenda, and we also had a presentation from Barry about some repairs for the theme stream that will be happening in the spring. I guess it's leaking, it's cracked and leaking, so look forward to that getting repaired. Amy gave her marketing report that she gave earlier, and again, just awesome work, her and her team, and John and Riverfront Park as a whole over the last year with all the trying to come back from the pandemic and all the fun stuff we've been doing. So just really nice work for that team. Really appreciate that. Zip line, of course, we just heard about the zip line. They're finishing up the RFP and hope to have that going out in February. I know there's a lot of good energy. There was was it KHQ or KXLY or somebody had an article on it the other day on there.
It was right after the meeting.
Yeah, so awesome. I think there's a lot of real good positive energy around that zip line, so that should be really cool to see that process go through. John gave his operations report from December and talked about the activities and things that happened during the winter and around Christmas time and New Year's and stuff. So awesome to hear about that too. Our next meeting is February 6th at 4 p.m. Either via WebEx or in the Pavilion Conference Room. I'm going to try to be at the Pavilion Conference Room, so hoping to be a little bit more regular in person. So
It's all right. Thank you, Nick. Okay, Bob Anderson with Finance.
Finance Committee met Tuesday, January 10th, in hybrid format. There were no action or discussion items. Mark Bunig presented the December financials, and they continue to follow the trend where expenses are increasing at a rate higher than revenue. Parks will complete 2022 with a positive revenue position unless unanticipated year-end adjustments occur. But Garrett and the Parks Finance Group, they'll be required to closely monitor program and service additions unless additional funding is developed for the 2023 year. The meeting was adjourned at 3:25 p.m., which may be some kind of a record. And the next Finance Committee meeting will be Tuesday, February 7th at 3 p.m. and also in hybrid format. The DVC met Wednesday, December 21st at 3 p.m., also in hybrid. Fiona presented an update of the draft policy and procedure for Adopt a Park and Parked Friends. Specific sections of this policy are being reviewed by City Legal before appearing before the DVC for approval. Garrett presented a progress update on Expo Plus 50. This presentation was similar to the presentation at the Park Board's December meeting, but we found the DVC has members who were not present at that meeting, including our Community Assembly representatives, so this additional presentation was requested. An additional step to activating the Expo Plus 50 events plan is hiring the program manager, which is anticipated, or we heard earlier, for January 2023. And in order to maximize the Expo celebration and implement the planned post-event development, the program manager hiring is essential. The next DVC meeting will be Wednesday, January 18th at 3 p.m. in hybrid format. And the DVCAC Chair Kelly Brown will provide a recap of year-end activity with an insight to our 2023 planned activities.
Hello, Kelly.
Hello, thanks, Bob. This is just a recap of the year. We're finally in a good spot after some growing pains of being a first-time committee. We've had members from Friends of Palisades, Friends of Coeur d'Alene Park, Friends of the Bluff, Friends of Sky Prairie Park, Friends of Riverfront Park, Friends of Skate Parks, Logan Neighborhood Council, and Friends of Manitou. In our group, we've had different Friends of groups present proposals for projects that they hope to work on, and then they've been able to connect with the right staff. Garrett and Nick have been very helpful in that. We've been able to share resources and contacts with each other offline to help each other in our work. With Fiona as our staff liaison, like Bob mentioned, we've been a landing place for the progress on her Friends of Toolkit and to help people get started as they support their parks. And the general feeling of the group is that we're excited and happy to work together and help celebrate our parks.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks.
It's been great to see the progress of the CAC throughout the year, and thank you, Kelly, for all your efforts, and thank you for willingly being chair again next year.
Yep, welcome, thanks.
I have to say, Kelly brings a special brand of positivity and energy to this. I don't think we would be as successful in where we are without that. Thank you, Kelly. You do a great job. All righty. So this is my last president's report, and I am happy to say that this has been 99% of the time fun and 100% of the time interesting. So don't be afraid of the president's job. It will give you a lot of insight into how the city works. It is always a learning experience, and you all have been great to work with. Thank you for your support, and staff has been great to work with. Thank you for putting up with us. And this guy in particular is always positive. So he's a great person to work with, and it just kind of lifts my spirits, especially the past 3 years since I was the president who was virtual and in a Hollywood Square. This, I think, is my third or maybe fourth meeting where we were actually in person on the dais out of 3 years. So it really did keep my spirits up, and it was a great thing to be a part of. So thank you very much. All right, Nick Sumner, Conservation Futures.
Nothing to report.
All righty. Parks Foundation, I know you had a meeting.
No, we did not, actually.
I thought it was virtual.
February.
Oh.
No. So we did not meet.
Okay.
There was a meeting yesterday regarding the grants program that
That's what I was thinking of.
was involved in, but they will be disseminating $40,000 in grant funding. Received, I don't know, $97,000 or something like that in requests. So they have a lot of work to do. I'm not involved in that, but I'll have a better report next month.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great. And we don't have our council member in the audience, and Jonathan Mingle's not here today, so we can segue right over to Garrett Jones.
All right, well, thank you. And thank you, Jennifer, for the last 3 years, your commitment, 100% effort of putting into the park board and the leadership role, and it's been a pleasure. We've worked on a lot of things, and just the communication via text or phone calls, you've always been willing to pick up and have that conversation. So I just appreciate your support and your leadership over the last 3 years. And then also just a big kudos. You know, we're ending the holiday season, so I just really want to thank again the staff, the volunteers, the sponsors, and the partners that we had at Riverfront Park for the Numerica tree lighting, the Trail of Lights, the New Year's Eve fireworks display that was a huge hit for us. And then also with our Manitou holiday lights and all the leadership from Kelly Brown and the Friends of Manitou, and our leadership from Al Vorderbruggen and Jennifer Papich on the staff side of really taking ownership of that event. And then also with Kelly Park and the KXLY Extreme team with what they do for the little kiddos in the Children's Hospital to make the spirits bright during the holiday season. One of my goals is to make it so 365 days of the year we can do something like that. So more to come on that later. And then also with the Don Cardon Bridge, I can't thank Nick Hammond and Barry on the staff side for really taking that project and working with our great contractor that we had, Garco Construction, on that piece, and then really thanking our partners, and the list just keeps, growing with our RCO program at the state where we received a grant, our city council and the allocated ARPA funds, Gonzaga University that provided funds, the U District that provided funds, Bloomsday, Friends of the Centennial Trail, and the Bicycle Advisory Board. All were a part of this project. And additional elements are still to come. So we're working with those partners on the overlooks. We wanted to make sure that we could open up the bridge. But in the spring, additional elements will be coming on that bridge. One, just the history of Gonzaga, the history of the area, providing information and sprucing up some of those overlooks a little bit, and then scheduling a more of a kind of grand opening celebration. We think this is a big enough project and a huge lift in the partnership that we need to celebrate, but doing it in 20-degree weather, so we'll wait a little bit on that one. And then also with the downriver, working with the contractor, so trees are all down, which is fantastic already, and getting limbed up and getting ready to be hauled out. So, and then our staff doing the due diligence with working with our partners, we're going to go out there and do another site walk as well. Contractor's already out there. Let's just make sure, let's do another site walk. Let's see if we evaluate any additional trees that might be infected as much as possibly can. We know there's going to be an unforeseen thing here and there. There might be additional trees, but while the contractor's out there, let's do additional site walk with our partners to make sure. Also on the recreation side, the therapeutic recreation powder hounds up at the Mount Spokane saw a 25% increase in ages of 8 to 16. Oh, wow. And that's a huge success there. And then also all our youth winter adventure camps were filled to capacity, and then we also saw our camps at Corbin Arts Center at capacity as well. And then our winter volleyball league is also near that capacity. And then also just can not always just give you a little Stepwell update, with the art piece. It's nearly complete. Wow. Yep. Of course, winter shutdown. Crews will return back in March for final work on the piece, and then we're going to do some landscaping improvements as well with the pathways and just sprucing it up for a ribbon cutting in spring. So we're this close. Thank you. End of report on.
All right, thank you very much. So we will look forward to that ribbon cutting in particular, I think. There is no executive session, and I don't believe there was much correspondence. So if there's nothing else, I will adjourn this meeting at 4:59. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
And thank you,
President
Jen.
Ogden. You're amazing.